There comes a moment in every life when you look at yourself in the mirror and ask, why them, and not me? Why do some rise from nothing to command empires, while others spend their years chasing pennies, drowning in struggle, trapped in cycles of survival? The difference is not luck, it is not chance, it is not fate. The difference is law, timeless laws of wealth that never sleep, never fail, never change. Ignore them, and life will crush you under the weight of scarcity. Obey them, and the world itself bends to your command. These are the principles that lifted Edison from darkness into light, that carried Carnegie from factory floors to steel empires, that transformed Ford's dream into a revolution of wheels and roads. Wealth does not ask who you are, it answers to what you practice. And the moment you decide to master these principles, you stop chasing wealth, and wealth begins chasing you. Wealth is not an accident. It is not a gift handed to the chosen few. It is a law as certain and as unbreakable as gravity. The question is not whether you are capable of mastering it. The question is whether you will discipline yourself to walk the path. From the dawn of civilization, every empire, every fortune, every legacy has been built upon principles. Men and women who shaped history did not stumble into greatness by chance. They studied the silent codes of life, they aligned themselves with forces unseen, and they refused to bow before limitation. That is the very difference between the struggling masses and the rare souls who rise. Think of Edison, who transformed darkness into light because he refused to accept failure as final. Think of Carnegie, who began with nothing, working in a cotton factory for $1 a week, yet carved his name among the richest men who ever lived. Think of Ford, who was told his dream of an affordable automobile was impossible, yet persisted until his vision moved nations. These titans knew what most never discover: that wealth is not only money, it is the ability to command life with clarity, discipline, and vision. And wealth begins in the mind. Your thoughts are the architects of your destiny. Every fortune built, every empire raised, first existed in the invisible realm of imagination. A poor man who learns to command his thoughts can outgrow kings. But a wealthy man enslaved by doubt and fear will soon return to ashes. What you feed your mind daily determines what you hold in your hands tomorrow. If your inner dialogue is filled with scarcity, if your mind constantly whispers, "I can't," then your external world will only mirror that poverty. But if your thoughts are rich in faith, bold in vision, relentless in belief, then you carry within you the seed of every fortune ever created. This is the first timeless principle. Guard your mind, for it is the birthplace of wealth. Every moment you permit envy, comparison, or fear to occupy your thoughts, you are silently chiseling away at the foundations of your future. But every time you discipline your mind to dwell on possibility, abundance, and purpose, you are laying bricks upon the fortress of your wealth. Yet thought alone is not enough. The second timeless principle is clarity of desire. Wealth does not come to the vague or the uncertain. The universe, life itself, responds to the precise. Andrew Carnegie once told a young Napoleon Hill, "Any man who knows exactly what he wants, and is determined to get it, can have it." Most men wander through life like ships without a compass, wondering why the winds never carry them to greatness. But the captains who chart their destination in vivid detail, who know not only what they want, but why they want it, those are the ones the winds of fortune favor. Clarity sharpens the blade of action. Without it, you cut at shadows. With it, every step you take pierces reality with purpose. Ask yourself, what exactly do you seek? Not more money, not a better life, but what amount, what kind, what vision so detailed you can feel it burning in your veins. Until you answer with precision, wealth will keep its distance. But clarity without discipline is only a dream. So the third principle stands: discipline is the bridge between vision and wealth. The world is filled with dreamers who speak loudly of their goals but shrink before sacrifice. They start strong, but their fire dies at the first sign of difficulty. The wealthy, however, live by the law of persistence. They do not negotiate with their excuses. They do not bend to comfort. Discipline is their ally, routine is their weapon, and consistency is their power. Consider Thomas Edison again. 10,000 experiments failed, 10,000 nights of fatigue, 10,000 moments when the world mocked his persistence. And yet he endured. The result? A light that still burns across the earth, and a fortune carved by resilience. Discipline transforms ordinary men into legends, because it forges the habit of finishing what most abandon. And yet, discipline must be guided by purpose. For what use is wealth gained without meaning? That is the fourth principle. Purpose fuels prosperity. The wealthiest lives are never those chasing money alone. Money is a shallow master. It enslaves as much as it liberates. But purpose elevates. When Walt Disney dreamed of a place where families could experience magic together, it was not gold he chased. It was vision. The money followed because the purpose was powerful. Purpose ignites energy when fatigue threatens to break you. Purpose pulls you through rejection, through ridicule, through storms of uncertainty. Without it, you will abandon the path at the first sign of pain. With it, you will endure what others cannot, and in that end, endurance lies the difference between mediocrity and mastery. But even purpose requires action. And so the fifth principle rises. Action is the currency of wealth. Dreams without deeds are hallucinations. Plans without execution are graveyards of wasted potential. The wealthy act before they feel ready, while others wait for permission that never comes. They understand that progress loves momentum, that fortune favors the bold. History is filled with men and women who acted when others hesitated. Abraham Lincoln had no guarantee that his persistence would unite a divided nation. Henry Ford had no certainty that his vision of assembly line production would work, but they acted. And because they acted, the world changed. Action does not wait for perfection. Action sharpens itself along the way. Action transforms fear into strength, and doubt into mastery.